Hey everybody, welcome back. And I got the parts in for my weed eater. And let's show you. And we can't forget George. The new carburetor. This is the tab that was broke on the other one, so I just needed this piece. And I think I mentioned it in another video, but when I went to Lowe's and bought new fuel line, new spark plug, and new primer bulbs, it actually come up to $33. And then I bought this whole carburetor with 2 filters, 2 extra primer bulbs, a new spark plug, and the new fuel lines already cut the right length with the weighted filter for inside the tank for $16 plus tax. So, but I was going to show you, there is on the where the throttle cable fits on there, there is right in here, we'll use George, right there, right where the throttle cable fits in. You got to take this piece off. You don't have to take it off, but it's a real pain to do if you don't, because underneath there's a little clip that you pop out, and you can lift this up, and then on the inside of this cable there's a little eyelet that goes inside of here, and then you pop that back in and put the clip on. But these, I'm not going to mess with that clip. This part and this part are the same, so there's no sense in me messing with that. So you just take a 1/4 inch ratchet, and I mean, you could use nut driver or whatever. It's 8mm on this one, and you can just pop that nut off there, and then take note of where your throttles, your idle's at. You're going to change it. You're probably going to have to mess with it a little bit since it's got a new carburetor. But if I change stuff like this, I try to put it back where it was, like where the space this one is. I'll put that same space on the new one, and then I can adjust it from there. But generally that gets pretty close. But you'll have to unscrew this out a ways, because I'll show you on this one. This, when it sticks out a little bit farther, this the way this plate fits on here, it sets on there, and that screw actually gets in the way of this little knob right here. And this is spring loaded, so you got to kind of finagle with it a little bit, so it's just easier to go ahead and take that nut off there. Yeah, this one's been on here for many moons, so it's a little stuck. And I got the throttle cable fighting me on it too, so there we go. Well, and then slide that forward, and you can take this off. This one, which I guess I was incorrect earlier. I've had them before where you had to take that out. This one, it just slides off, so that's a good thing. You can slide it out. So then you just slide the old carburetor out. Yeah, slide that in, and since I don't have to take the clip off on this, it wasn't a, yeah, it was my older Echo. You had to actually take that off. So and then you gotta, I'll show you. You gotta turn this, because it's got one side that's just straight through, flatter for just the cable, and then it's got the other side for you to slide the stopper in. So you gotta make sure you got it turned the right way. And it just slides in, and then show you on this one, there's it's slotted, so you have to get that lined up with the slot on here, like that, and then you put the nut on it. Go. And this is plastic and brass. You don't have to get crazy with it. I mean, it's got a regular metal nut, but it's brass threads and it's plastic here, so you don't want to get too nuts with it. And then you want to check and make sure that the throttle works smooth, and then run this back in about where it was. Like I said, we're going to adjust this more later. But when I took it off, it was just barely inside of this piece of plastic. It was just barely that past that. Okay. So we got the carburetor. So now, since the annoying part, in the other video I talked about how to go all the way through, and it's kind of annoying. But before we do that, let's go ahead and pop this out. And see, there's the old setup, and it came with a new one. I just put in the model number for this particular weed eater, and it brought me one up that was just exactly what I needed. So now this can be a pain to get in. Let me grab something real quick. Got a little bit of it's basically mineral oil and beeswax. I use it for wood, but should make it slick enough we can pop it in there. I think it's starting to storm outside. Alright, I'm going to have to go get a adjuster. At least you guys get to watch me fight with stuff and learn what not to do. Oh, and I did clean all this off over here, so. That thing is just not wanting to go in there. Guess we can turn this into a 10-minute video on fighting with some fuel covers, or a fuel plug. There we go. Alright. Well, I know what the problem was. I didn't have George. He could have got it for me. Alright. So now we got that. And that goes up like that. Now our main fuel line's over here. So put the fuel line on. Make sure I got it angled the right way first. Okay, yeah. Sometimes they get balled up and down in here, and it won't necessarily hurt anything, but Alright, so put the fuel lines on. At least you guys cannot see what I'm doing good, huh? And the fuel feed line is really tight. There we go. So those are on. Got the vent. Put it down here out of the way for now. Alright. So we got our gasket. And we need the, it's got the choke in it, but it's the back of the breather housing. And then we need our screws here, so put these here. And then there's a little gasket here. So on this, just got to make sure, see, like, you can put it this way or you can put it this way. On this particular one, it doesn't matter. I have had some before where that little hole meant something. You know, it was this particular model, that's not the case. And this is the SRM 210 weed eater, by the way. And then this one, it's like a house, the roof goes up on top. Put that in there. There we go. And then shove that in. You want to make sure everything's lined up okay. Okay. So now you check and make sure that the throttle still works good. The choke is working good. So we have that. We get one of the new air filters. The new air filter on there, and there's the housing for that, and get the spark plug out of it. There we go. Yeah, that sucker's been in there a while, and it's not excessively worn. It is worn, but it ain't horrible. And that was an NGK. What they send me? I've got a HIPAA. So, and we're gonna go with the super precise scientific method of the gap looks the same. And George concurs. He says it's okay. So let's put that in there. Yeah, I know it's going backwards. This thing. As soon as I got two threads on it, I put the ratchet on it and it started going crooked. So I said kind of a useless video if I cross-threaded the spark plug on it. And counter to what most people that work with me would think, I think these don't need to be stupid tight. I tend to make things a little tighter than they need to be. Alright, so I will clean all this mess up after a bit. Let's see. Yeah, Let's take the fuel lid back off of it. I know you guys can't see it, but you'll have to, maybe you can see in the hose here if gas comes down. But I'm gonna get it primed. Yep. So it's priming gas like it's supposed to. It's got the return going back into the tank from priming. I'm dropping stuff. Hey, you know what? At least watching my videos make you not feel so bad about yourself when you goof up. Because I goof up a lot. But the thing is, when you goof up, you just can't quit. Alright, well, let's see here. Okay, we got it primed. Let's kick the choke on. See if this thing, turn the switch on. See if it does anything. Oh, tried. Trying, isn't it? Well, at least it's not working. It's trying. Kinda. I will say, even with the old carburetor, this thing was getting to the point where you had to use starting fluid in it. And I will say, a lot of the echoes I've had are, when they get some years on them, they do that. Let's see what happens. Give her a little go-go juice. Might have already flooded it. Let's see. And the plug could be crappy. Yeah, it's wet. Let's put the old plug in it. I know it ran on the old plug. Not had much luck with, I'm not saying this is it, but not had much luck with off-brand spark plugs. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. I flooded it already. Doesn't seem to be wanting to work, does it? Yeah, we'll find out. Maybe I can cut all this out of the video, huh? Oh yeah, flooded. Let's tune that down a bit. Take that down a little bit. And let's clean off the plug. Lots of flammable stuff around. Don't do this at home, kids. We're gonna here. Burn the fuel off of it. And don't touch that, that's hot. And worst case, I take this carburetor back off and I put the other one on, because all I needed was that piece there anyways. So let's do no choke. Turn it on. Kind of hope I didn't too loud. Something I didn't think about. That carburetor may have had a little bit of air in it. When I kept choking it, that's what flooded it. So obviously I put too much gas in it. But it's running good now. Oh yeah. There we go. Got the idle set good. Got some fuel going in it. I think that's pretty good. I'll try it again tomorrow. Just to make sure it's set right and everything. I'll let it run for a little while tonight and I'll check it tomorrow. But you know, that's when you change parts on stuff, that's what you run into. Sometimes things work right off the bat, and sometimes you gotta fight with them a little bit. Part of the thing, I was treating this like I was before I changed the carburetor. The other carburetor, you had to choke it a lot and run it on part choke, and it needed starting fluid just about every time you start. So, you can't treat new like you did the old a lot of times. And you know, this spark plug's probably okay, the new one. I've just not had a lot of luck with I call them the no names. It's HIPAA on, but like NGK and Champions I've had luck with. The only thing I haven't had luck with on Champions is running them in a Honda. For some reason, I can't get Champions to last very long in a Honda. But I usually just try to go NGK. So, but this is running good. I know this is a long video and a little bit of me yakking it. It's kind of noisy right now, but I appreciate you guys watching. I got some other videos coming. You can see in the background there. I've got that old mini thing, and it's old enough to take singles. So I got that one that I'm gonna be doing. So, well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Granddaughter gave me a haircut today, so it's not quite as wild and crazy as it had to be. Almost all the way gray now, though. Oh, that's why I have to get old. know, it's funny. A lot of younger kids nowadays dye in their hair the color of mine. All I had to do was get old. But, oh, and I'm not going to dye it or anything. I don't really care what color it is. This thing seems to be working good. Like I said, I appreciate all the views and comments. I got 63 subscribers now, which I'm very pleased with. I'm very happy with that. Obviously, I want to keep moving and go and get more, but I'm very pleased with what I have. And I do. I thank everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. Just old maintenance guys working on stuff. So, you guys enjoy the content, subscribe, bring me put a comment in there, other stuff you'd like to see. If I can do it, I'll do it. If I don't know how to do it, I'll figure it out, or we'll learn together. So you can screw up so that you don't make the same mistakes. But I do have some videos coming up. I hope you guys can hear this. I'll have to listen to this one. There you go. Works fine. I do have some videos coming up. I'm going to be doing some just like tips on some framing and stuff. I'm going to be helping my middle daughter frame the inside of her house. She's having a new house built, and they're doing the shell. It's a pole barn house, and her husband and I are gonna do all the wiring and the framing and everything inside. It's 2-story inside, so. But that got me thinking. There's a few things, you know, how to frame a wall up, how to frame for a door, how to frame for a window, how to combine 2 walls in a corner, how to combine a T-wall where it's a flat wall and you're button one up to it and you're making a corner on each side, how to do that, because you want to help the other trades. Now her husband and I are going to be doing all of it, so we're just helping ourselves. But if you're doing it and you know other people are going to be working on it, you know, you want to help them out. You want to make sure the electricians don't have to worry about going around a bunch of nails. Have certain spots you put nails in, have nailers for your drywall or whatever you decide to put up. You know, and your 16 on center, you know, how to mark that properly, and the different kinds of corners that are out there, and what's, in my opinion, better. Just because, not so much for strength, but for insulation value. And some little tips and tricks, you know, like, I'd have to look it up, but, you know, all your stairs have to be a certain rise and certain run, depending on where you're at. Like above your stairs, if there's a ceiling above your stairs, it has to be 6 foot 8 inches high. You know, you'll and take into account your stair tread height, whatever you put on top of your stair treads, and your thickness of your drywall. Because if you do 6'8" and then you put a 1/4 inch vinyl on your stairs and then a 1/2 inch drywall on the top, you know, now you're below that 6 foot 8 inches, and it could possibly get you dinged on it and not get approved when you get inspected. So, but I'll have a video coming up. I know this is a long video, and if you've stuck with it till the end, I appreciate it. A lot of these I just get to rambling and just random talking about stuff. So it's a good outlet, so I don't drive people too crazy that are listening to me face to face, because if you get tired of me rambling, you can always flip the channel, you know. And leave comments if you want. If you don't want to. Like I said, if you like this just rambling stuff and working on random stuff and doing random things, just let me know. We'll keep doing it. I want to start doing somewhere get a friend of mine to sit down and we'll do like a once a week or something. We'll do a little show, taste testing different food or doing, you know, just goofy stuff. I'd like to do that. You know, I'd like to put one out every once in a while, just me giving my opinion on things in the world. Like I said, I'm coming up. This is Tuesday, so when I'm filming this, it's Tuesday, and I start back to work Friday for being off for having my kidney surgery, which it all went well. All recovered, feel like I did before the surgery, other than, you know, I don't have the pain and the annoying stuff that was why they did the surgery. But so over the course of the weekends, what I'm going to try to do is, well, you know what? This was supposed to be a video about the weed eater. I'm going to end it now, and I'm going to do a separate video with just me rambling and talking, and in that way, you know, you don't get caught up. So I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you very much for watching. Leave comments if you want. Like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. My next goal is 100. So thank you very much.